Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news guys. The NFL rumor mill is buzzing with some pretty wild speculation that could shake up the NFC South, and honestly, the entire league. The latest whispers suggest that the San Francisco 49ers, currently sitting at 9-4 and battling some cap constraints, might be considering trading one of their most valuable defensive players, Fred Warner. Yeah, that's right, Fred Warner, the all-pro linebacker who's been the heartbeat of that 49ers defense for years. It sounds unbelievable, but the NFL never sleeps, and sometimes big trades like this can reshape the entire division and the playoff picture. Now, let's break down what's reportedly happening and what it could mean for the Falcons. So the rumor is that the 49ers are open to trading Warner for a second-round pick in the 2026 draft. That's a pretty significant move, especially considering Warner's elite status and his importance to that defense. But as we all know, teams sometimes trade away star players to reset the roster, especially when cap space is tight or they're looking to infuse youth after some injuries or a tough season. It's a classic case of a team trying to rebuild or retool, and Warner could be the pawn in that strategy. Fred Warner, as many of you already know, is a game changer. He's the kind of linebacker who can do everything, cover tight ends, stop the run, rush the passer, you name it. In the 2025 season, he's been an absolute beast with 128 tackles, 4 interceptions, 5 tackles for loss, and a PFF grade of 90. That's elite production right there, and he's a leader on and off the field. His ability to read plays, make tackles in space, and cover receivers makes him one of the top linebackers in the league. If the 49ers do pull the trigger on this trade, it would be a huge shakeup for their defense, but it could also open a window for other teams to swoop in and capitalize. Now, why would the 49ers trade Warner? Well, reports indicate that the team is facing some cap tightness, especially as they look toward the future and plan their roster rebuild. Plus, after some injuries and a tough stretch, the 49ers might be looking to infuse some youth into their linebacker core. The trade for a second-round pick in 2026 could be a way for them to stockpile draft capital and focus on developing younger players or upgrading other positions. It's a gamble, no doubt, but NFL teams often make these bold moves when they feel it will benefit their long-term outlook. For the Atlanta Falcons, this kind of trade rumor is a double-edged sword. On one hand, if Warner were to leave the 49ers and come to the NFC South, he'd instantly become a major piece of our defense. Imagine adding a linebacker of Warner's caliber to the mix, someone who can anchor our defense, make game-changing plays, and provide leadership for our young core. We all know how much we need that kind of presence on the field, especially as we continue to build toward playoff contention. The Falcons have been developing a solid defense, but adding a player like Warner would elevate us even more, especially in a division where every game counts. But of course, this is all still speculation. Nothing is confirmed yet, and the 49ers could very well decide to hold on to Warner or make a different move altogether. Still, the fact that these rumors are circulating shows how high the stakes are in the NFL right now. Every team is looking for that edge, that extra piece that can push them over the top. For us Falcons fans, it's exciting to think about the possibilities, especially if Warner becomes available. It's a reminder that the league is always in flux, and the offseason is where dreams can turn into reality. Now, let's take a quick look at what Warner has meant for the 49ers this season. He's been a cornerstone of that defense, which has historically been one of the league's best under head coach Kyle Shanahan. Their defense has been tough, disciplined, and physical, with Warner leading the charge. His presence allows other defenders to play more freely, knowing they have a linebacker who can cover ground and make plays all over the field. If he leaves, it could create a gap that's tough to fill immediately, but it also opens the door for other players to step up and take on more responsibility. From the Falcons' perspective, acquiring Warner would be a game changer. Imagine him patrolling the middle of the field, calling the defensive plays, and bringing that energy that we've missed at times this season. Our linebacking core has shown flashes of potential, but adding someone with Warner's experience and talent could be the difference in close games, especially against division rivals like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the New Orleans Saints. It's the kind of move that could set us apart and help us become a more complete team in the NFC South. Of course, the Falcons are also in a building phase. We've seen promising signs from our young players, and the coaching staff has been stressing development and consistency. But every great team needs stars, players who can take over a game and inspire the entire defense. If Warner becomes available, I think many of us would be eager to see how our front office could make that happen. We're always looking for ways to improve, especially as we chase that elusive Super Bowl victory. Looking at the bigger picture, this potential trade reflects how aggressive teams are becoming in the NFL. The league is more competitive than ever, with teams constantly reshaping their rosters through trades, draft picks, and free agency. For Atlanta, staying sharp and ready to pounce on opportunities is key. Our front office has shown they're not afraid to make bold moves, and adding a player like Warner could fit right into that strategy if the price is right. It's all about finding that balance between building for the future and winning now. And let's not forget, Warner is not just a player. He's a symbol of the kind of leadership and high-level play we aspire to have on our defense. His experience, leadership, and ability to elevate those around him are exactly what we need as we push toward the playoffs and beyond. If he does move on from the 49ers, it could be one of those rare opportunities to snag a truly elite linebacker, and I think many Falcons fans would welcome that with open arms. So, as we keep an eye on this developing story, remember that the NFL offseason is full of surprises. Sometimes the biggest moves come out of nowhere, and they can change the course of a team's entire season. For us Falcons fans, it's an exciting time. We're watching closely, hoping that if Warner becomes available, our front office will make the right call. Because honestly, adding a player of his caliber could be what takes us from a good team to a championship contender. Now, I want to emphasize again how important it is to stay tuned, because the NFL world moves fast, and what's just a rumor today could turn into a game-changing move tomorrow. The Falcons are always in the mix, always looking to improve, and this potential Warner trade could be the next big chapter in our story. Remember, the offseason is where dreams are built, and we're all rooting for our team to make the right moves to bring that Lombardi trophy back to Atlanta. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think Warner would be the perfect fit for our defense? Are you excited about the possibility of the Falcons pulling off such a bold move? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for our team. Let's keep the faith, stay passionate, and continue supporting our Falcons through thick and thin. Because when it comes to Atlanta Falcons football, we're all in, and the best is yet to come.